Hello, folks. Welcome to Tales from the Loop. I hope you've all had a wonderful week. It's been a while.
Yay.
How you doing, folks? How you doing,
It
expert?
feels like no time at all that we were sat here a week ago finding out about cats being all weird.
That's gone very fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely a bit of a, but also like not enough. Like, how am I getting it? So it was just recently that we were streaming, but also it was
too long
ages
ago.
ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's kind of weird though with this lockdown. You have no idea of time and space anymore. Everything is now and yesterday and tomorrow at the same time. for
Yeah.
me.
March day 247.
Definitely a side of that, yeah. I mean, that's a whole Tales from the Loop experience there and then, isn't it? Like, somebody somewhere has been messing with the space-time continuum kind of thing.
Yeah, and we're just continually living the same day in lockdown, not knowing that the world is changing beyond the walls.
Yeah. And
Who knows what's going on outside?
And Lancashire has gone back into tier 3, so now we're all
Yeah.
not officially trapped in our homes, but not actually technically trapped in our homes. So I'm a bit confused about all of that, if I'm honest.
Oh, who knows? I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I liked there was all these posters and adverts saying basically act now before lockdowns required. I can't remember, it was somewhat catchy, but act now before lockdowns required. It's like, oh, well, so we'll voluntarily lock ourselves down before we get mandated to be locked down. I mean, just lock us down. This is why even bother.
Yeah, just have a go and just get it done. But aside from being now officially locked at home and also not locked at home, has anybody done anything also? How was the Lederhosen stream? I just said that as you put food in your mouth. That was
it was fantastic. It was fantastic. We I won at Fall Guys for the first time ever.
Nice.
Which was nice.
Nice.
What else did we do? We drank a lot of beer, so my memory is hazy of what happened. But yeah, I wore lederhosen, and people seem to find it entertaining. I don't know why. Maybe I have to wear lederhosen more often.
Maybe.
Can I ask why you have lederhosen, or did you buy them specifically, or was it like, a time to wear these?
No. We had the big Oktoberfest stream 2 weeks ago, and one of the community challenges was to make me wear lederhosen, and the only way to do that was to buy it because there was no costume shops were open, so that's what I did.
So you
£23 straight on that lederhosen.
Managed to convince your Twitch followers to buy you lederhosen because you secretly really wanted lederhosen.
No, they spent just channel points. I had to buy that with my own money.
I think I contributed like 400 channel points to that, which then reminded somebody else to contribute 4,000. I was like, oh, that was a good spend. Yay. Yeah.
Yes, really did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Anybody else do fun things last week that they wish to share to everybody watching, or are we all incredible?
I have done nothing.
Nice.
I ran my D&D group through a Mad Wizard's Tower. And what they did something unexpected. They found a Nothic who was the wizard who owned the tower had been corrupted into this Nothic.
Yeah.
And they felt really, really sad for it and took massive pity on it and brought it home to an enchanter to try and get it reverted to a normal wizard again. And I was like, it's this creepy one-eyed monster. And they were like, oh, so sad. What's his backstory? I'm like, no, it's not there to have a backstory.
He was there to be murderated.
Yeah. So I ended up having them escort this creepy creature back to town and find a cleric to reverse the spell. And now he's this wizard that's like, cool. I have no plan to be alive. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I've got an NPC in my game. It's like, yeah, I'm just here now. Hi.
Welcome. Hi.
Supposed to be murderated, but no, they loved him. So
Aww.
I think it's because I gave him a silly voice. They tend to attach to anything I put silly voices to.
I made the mistake once of making a kobold sound really nice, and then the rest of the adventure wasn't the adventure. It was trying not to let the kobold murder itself. And
I remember that
became a whole thing. Like, I would have to think up ways of how the kobold would try and run into the nearest pit trap and, base jump onto the spikes, and they would work out ways that they would tie the kobold to themselves and keep the kobold alive. And it was just like, oh, man. That's
So it's like Forky from Toy Story 4.
yeah, definitely that element. And then there's a character
I'm
in
trash.
Tomb of Annihilation that's similar. Like, he wants a warrior's death, but they were all like, no, we're gonna convince him to live. And he's like, eating poison for tea. Like, he regularly just eats poison for tea, and unfortunately survives. And you're trying to convince him life is worth living. Now you're old, which is not what he. Anyway, that was. Funny voices are not a good thing. I don't do that anymore. But yeah, that sounds like a week in lockdown, really, for everyone.
Yeah, nothing else happened.
Like streaming lederhosens and playing RPGs. It's all good. It's all good. Should we indeed play some RPGs?
We certainly can.
I think we should end the stream there. We've already hit the peak.
Oh, we already had. Yeah, we've got a bunch of followers. We've had a raid. We've done all the tech setup. Everybody must be able to hear us. No, so I've not. So quit while we're ahead.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
How many?
All right.
Let's check. All right. Let's go through the experience check. All right. Did we? No, wait. So instead of that, shall we play some Tales from the Loop?
Yes.
Yes.
Can anybody give us a summary of what we did last week? Who wants to volunteer for that, or should I?
I mean, from what I remember, James saw cats, went to school, said cats, confused us all day, and then we went back with him after school, saw some cats ourselves, did some sort of like cheerleading, holding up to them both up to see the window.
Yep.
Spy cats, probably Russian spy cats.
Communist cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, communist cats. There was went back to the farm. Scientist lady.
Dr. Nicky.
Dr. Nicky.
Managed to distract my dad, and also then got some information on what they were doing. And there was protesters, and then they cursed my house.
Yep.
And then that's what I remember.
They made Christian cry. They were mean to him.
They were mean
yeah.
to Christian. Yeah.
They were very mean to me.
The big kids were mean.
I noticed as well when I climbed the human pyramid to look through the window with the creepy cats that they seemed to be looking at the desk of someone working for the energy company.
Yeah.
They were taking a large interest in his computer screen, so we assumed that's what they were spying on.
Spy cats.
And also, I noticed as well that the brown, like little farming robots.
Oh, yeah, the bots, the botanical
yeah.
and rural operational workers, nocturnal, iteration 3.
Yeah, brown robots.
Yeah, the brown bots.
Their transmission tower had more capacity than they were using for the robots themselves.
Yeah.
So I thought that was unusual, but not. And then also at the end, I can't believe you forgot, Butch saw an alien transport into the field or something.
I don't know what I saw. I saw a shadow and it ran off in the forest, and then
Came out
I had
of
to go help my
nowhere.
granddad.
Had to go and help Grandad
Yeah.
Frank, because somebody had trashed his allotment.
Yeah, and put a satanic symbol on it.
Yeah, put a big pentagram on it. Yeah,
I don't remember there being a pentagram on it. How was it? Oh, cool.
yeah. I definitely said that. Or I definitely wrote it down in this book to say that.
No, you definitely said it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Just because I don't remember it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah. So, are we? Anybody got something they want to start with? Like, is there a scene, so to speak, that we should begin with, or should I tell you where we start?
Did school finish? Was it the last day of school?
No, it
No,
wasn't the
it's
last
the
day
last
of
couple of
school.
weeks.
We've got a couple of weeks because
Yeah.
we don't want it to be too close to the end of school, because that's when Butch is allowed to join the Farmers Association,
Oh yes, that's right.
and that's
Yeah.
the end of his free time.
No more free time.
He has to be a farmer then. He's not a kid anymore.
Did we end up? Yeah, we did go back to your house, didn't you? You had,
Yeah, everybody went home.
We did.
Yeah, we
Just the
ended.
next day.
Yeah, ended that. So if we want, you can start wherever we want. We don't have to kind of stick to each day, so to speak. Or I can tell you where the next scene of note in my book
I
happens.
don't think there's anything specific that I have to investigate or say or do before we next meet again for me. So I'm happy just
Okay.
picking up
Okay.
wherever.
Sure.
I imagine that Butch, I don't know how you feel, man, would probably say something about maybe seeing transporty thing, but that can be done anytime, I suppose.
I need to read a book.
Need to read a book.
Yeah, I need to read.
Oh, you need to read the manual on
taking
the...
care. Yeah, manual. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, I guess after the titles roll on this episode, it opens up with the three of you in your church hideout. The big stained glass windows coming through. It's quite late in the evening, and we can hear echoes through the church of like a large meeting going on. Lots of like voices in conflict kind of going about, and it's the local farmers association, some folks from the Loop, probably including Dr. Nikki there, because there's varying levels of upset about the agribots, about the brown robots at the different testing stations, and then they're also talking about these protesters. And so there's probably a couple of members of police there, definitely Rinsky Energy and MAF people there, and then lots of the Farmers Association, and then like Father Reverend Joyless sort of trying to be like the mediator between all these situations, but also knowing that Rinsky Energy or the MAF will have paid a good chunk into the church fund as a neutral place to be, which is probably why like Preston's mum is there making tea, and Christian's mum is probably somewhere around organising or involving herself in making of tea and that kind of stuff for all these angry voices, which is why the three of you have sort of escaped, and you have this time in your hideout where everybody sort of knows you're in the church, which is good, but also you're not required to do anything. So it's probably early evening after school, maybe on like Thursday, or maybe Friday. So it's Friday. We've got the weekend tomorrow, and the MAF, the farmers, the Rinsky Energy, Dr. Nikki, and the police are all having this like, what are we going to do about this kind of stuff? And this is all going wrong, and people are shouting and pointing fingers, and Reverend Joyless is a bit like, now, that kind of thing. And that's all echoing in the background for the three of you there.
Oh, okay. It's going to be such... You're going to be arguing all night at home as well.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, your family not particularly on board with this robot farming thing? I mean, I thought it'd be a great thing when I was talking about it and looking at it. It seems like it's fantastic, but I saw your granddad.
Yeah, kind of likes things to do things the old way, and he's not a big fan of any sort of automated work.
How do you feel about it? Because it's your kind of future in the farm, and do you not want some more time off, play some games, and like surely you should be well up for this.
I do like it. I do think you lose. Well, from what Granddad tells me anyway, he says you lose a little bit of that personal touch from doing it by hand, and everything feels sort of automated, I guess. I guess it's the difference between sort of getting a packet of ham from the shop and getting one that's cut from the butcher. Kind of slightly different feel to it.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, if you can avoid feeling up a pig as much as possible, right? you don't want to get your hands dirty.
No, I like it. I mean, it'll be less, less work for me and everybody else, and even might mean I can get some more free time, which would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. We can actually build some robots and stuff rather than just building tractors and stuff.
Have you? I was just thinking. Have you seen any more about these cats anymore?
I haven't seen any cats about. How about you, Christian? Have you seen anything? I know your mum's been dragging you here. She's a big part of this church fundraising thing and things. So I don't know if you've seen any around here or any at home or anything.
while this has been going on, I've been building a pyramid out of the like the prayer kneeling cushions, just like as you guys were talking. So I'm like, so
Cool.
what was that? Cats.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have I seen any cats?
Probably, yeah. I mean, in terms of like cats, the behavior
you were feeding
hasn't,
them.
Yeah, the behavior hasn't changed. I think
That's true.
Maria has probably chased them out over the past couple of days. From sitting like maybe on top of the conservatory and watching your dad get into his car and that kind of stuff. You might have also noticed a few more signs on lampposts, like have you seen Misty? Kind of missing cat posters.
Oh, okay. But yes, I've seen. I haven't seen some cats, different ones than like the normal few. But yeah, I try and give them a few. But Maria's been she knows Mum doesn't like them, so Maria's been keeping them away. But yeah, they're still acting very strange.
Yeah.
Preston.
Actually, I remember something from last night. I was driving back
Pardon?
to the farm and having a look around to see if I could see anything more about these cats, and I saw a figure that appear like a shadow out of nowhere, like tall, really tall, and it's.
What do you mean, like out of nowhere? Did he come from behind a bush? Did he like jump out at you? What?
No, it was like it just appeared, like it. I was.
Well, like the Invisible Man or something.
Yeah, kind of. I was driving my bike, and then as I'm turning, sort of hit part of the wall that's broken down, forgot about. And as I'm getting back up and getting onto it, I could see this figure just off in the distance, and I started moving towards it, and then someone's attacked my granddad's outhouse where he's doing all his stuff, and I could hear like he was going off on one, and this figure just basically ran off into the woods. I didn't really want to chase it at the time of night, and not with my granddad's having issues. And then I go over to my granddad's, and there's this 5-pointed star thing.
Pentagram.
Pentagram. Yeah, pentagram on his like outhouse where he does his workshopping.
That's something to weird. Like, so did you see where this kind of? I mean, if what you say is correct, you saw like some alien beam down and wreck your granddad's vegetables. Why would it do that? Like, was it taking some organic samples from a planet or something, or was it like? Did you see where it went? Could we go like after school, go in the woods and see if it's left any trails or anything? That'd be really cool.
I know which direction it went into the forest from where I was. I don't know where it went after that because I didn't follow it. I don't know if it. Maybe I thought it was. I thought it was a separate thing, but you're right. It might have been.
Is it aliens that leave ectoplasm? If there's some ectoplasm there, we'll know for sure it was an alien.
I think
Ghostbusters is. I think it's Ghostbusters that does ectoplasm. So it's
Ghosts leave ectoplasm. Aliens probe stuff. I don't know if we find any of your if you find any of your cows have been probed.
That's a completely different RPG. That's some school kid manga stuff going on there.
Like, I don't know, it might have left some kind of like circle where it's teleported in. Did you check the fields? This is really cool. Like, if there's genuine extraterrestrial life, we need to. I mean, cats is one thing, but aliens is cool.
I mean, yeah, we can have a look at it if you want to go over there, and I would say if there's any evidence or anything.
You don't sound very excited about the idea.
I don't like the idea of chasing after an alien, if I'm honest. But,
Well, yeah, we might need. Have you got any bacon foil?
Yes.
Make sure you wrap it around your head so it can't read your thoughts. I read that in Sci-Fi Weekly that they have telepathy and they can read your brain. So if you wrap
definitely true.
tinfoil around our heads, they can't read us.
We've got plenty in the kitchen. I can get some.
And I think I have a lightsaber I could bring. I mean, it's only plastic, but it's something. And you've got that and he kind of point at Butch and the wrench that you've kind of always got on your belt. You've got that.
Yeah, but it's an alien. Like, I don't know what it's going to do to it.
Well, maybe.
I mean, I could scare it off with it, I guess.
Oh, it could be peaceful. Maybe it wants to, like, I don't know, take us to its planet and show us what it's like. Its lifestyle's about, and wants to make friends and stuff.
Then I'll be late if it does that.
yeah. My mum might get mad if I'm not home for tea because I'm on an alien planet. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. Christian, surely I know you love this kind of thing. You wanna check out.
We can get people to prove aliens are real. No one believes me that they're real. If God in his infinite wisdom made humans, he probably made other life elsewhere as well. And they want to meet us. So we should meet them.
Yeah. Live long and prosper. Just go.
So is that the plan? We're gonna escape from our hideout while all the grown-ups are embroiled in this math argument, and go and check out the woods near Butch's house?
Yeah, search for aliens.
What happens if they finish though, and they finish their meeting and we're not here?
We could put some prayer pillows together and put a blanket over and pretend we're asleep. That works, right?
That's a great idea.
Like, I've seen that in films.
So I can finish making this pyramid into like a fort, and we'll put a sign on saying like, you're not allowed in, adults not allowed. Kids playing in here.
I mean, there's the potential
sleepover party.
You could try and charm Reverend Joyless that you're allowed to have a sleepover at the church. What safer place to have a sleepover than an old church?
Hey, Christian. I noticed that like last time we saw all these protests and stuff that you weren't particularly happy. So maybe you tell Reverend Joyless that you're scared of them, and like we can use that to say like, oh, I don't want to go outside. They might hurt me again. They might scare me again. Please, can we stay here and have cake, but don't disturb because I'm very sensitive.
Mm. Plus, also it's the church, so it's really cool.
It's hallowed ground.
Mm.
Exactly. We'll be safe here. Yes, let's do that.
All right. So Christian leaves the hideout to go and find Reverend Joyless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what does Reverend Joyless? Is it Reverend or Father? What did I write down?
I think it was Reverend because of Reverend Lovejoy.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was.
Yeah, Reverend Joyless. So what does he look like? Is he quite an old Reverend? Is he a young, middle? We've already sort of said he's started off like, oh, such an irony that my name is Joyless. No, I really love the church. And now he's reached a point where he's like, yeah, that's my name.
I think that Reverend Joyless is he's reached this realization as sort of like a midlife crisis. That's sort of what is happening to him, in that he's had this like crisis of faith and the future and his career and what am I doing with my life, and he's probably gone and bought like a 2-seater red sports car to try and make his life more exciting, or a motorbike. Actually, a motorbike probably makes more sense. He's probably started being slightly inappropriate maybe with some of the female congregation, but he knows that he's also like a community figure, so he knows that he can't like do anything, so he's just really pissed off about that. So in the case of what he looks like, he's probably about 47.
Okay.
I want to say he's started to try and grow out a bit of like a stubbly beard, but it's not quite growing in. He's got a bit like a boyish face. He's never quite grew into his face. And Hair wise, I think he's starting to try and grow out a bit of a quiff, but it's not quite growing out as far enough yet.
Okay.
So it's a bit messy.
It's just like a midlife crisis Fonzie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A religious midlife crisis funds. Hey.
Like a leather jacket with
God is
Jesus
great.
Christ pillion on the back.
Okay. So this midlife crisis religious funds. He's sat at the back of like the hall that is normally rented out to it wouldn't be Zumba because that's like a recent thing, but jazzercise sessions, and then the Friday night Weight Watchers group who have to be scheduled at a different time to the Slimming World group lest they all have some sort of fight over which system is better. So yeah, he's probably sat at the back of this hall. He's reading a book. It's in like a dust jacket. Everybody assumes it's the Bible, but really it's like I don't know.
No, he's got a Bible.
Yeah.
He has got the Bible, but there's just another book inside it.
Yeah. So is the other book is like, I don't know. What is it? What is he probably reading? Is it a comic book? Is it like Dune or something? Or?
I feel like it's one of those really trashy, like holiday romance novels that you can get at the airport for like £3.
Like Mills and Boone.
Like he's reading a Mills and Boone book.
Yeah.
And he's turning the page. There is at the other end of the hall, like on the little stage that they put the nativity and stuff, and you know the Amdram societies and that kind of thing. On that stage at the back is like a police officer with his hat under his arm, and he's like, "Now listen, we're going to deal with the protesters in a legal and safe manner. It's difficult to do. We have to make it," and just like this drone of grown-ups doing boring stuff. And he's sat there reading the Bible, and so what do you do when you approach him? Does he see you first? Do you kind of him, or what happens?
Yeah, I'd probably sort of like, considering the type of character I am, I've probably appeared at his shoulder completely silently, like he hasn't got a clue that I'm there, and I'm probably like from over his shoulder, like, "Oh, what you reading?" And he's like, "Kids can't read this kind
Close
of
it.
stuff. Just
Close
got to
it.
the good bit."
Yeah. So he snaps his Bible closed, and he goes, "Oh, Christian, no, you can't read that. That would spoil the service on Sunday. No hints. Don't be telling your mum ahead of time." And he puts the Bible in his pocket, and he says, "Are you okay? Are you? How's everything right now?"
I think things are good, except they're not, but they're kind of all right. And we were wondering, could we, me and my two friends, could we have a sleepover in the church, in the back room over there? We've set up a big fort. Things aren't okay because all these like protesters, they're really scary, and they were shouting they were at Butch's farm, and they were like shouting at all of us, and they made me cry. But then Butch's mum gave me some chocolate that was really good, and then
and he says,
"Oh no, what was I saying? Sorry."
You want a sleepover at the church? Oh
yeah, we thought that'd be really cool to do.
Oh yes, of course. Anything. And
then we could be here really early for like, is there going to be a church club tomorrow morning? Because we could be here really early for it.
Yeah, that would be great. First thing on a Saturday morning. Yeah, that would be great, Christian. Yes, that's a fabulous idea. Yeah. Well, I guess I could bring you some food over later on from the house, and maybe some jacket potatoes and that kind of stuff.
Anything actually good?
Well,
to eat.
Well, yeah. I devote my life to God and not to cookery classes, unfortunately. So I and he says, well, I guess. I could probably go and get some pizza and deliver they might do. Is pizza okay? And he's like looking for approval from like an 11-year-old boy. This is the poor gent's life.
I'm trying to find some sort of Bible verse that equates like good food to the fulfilling of the spirit or something like that. I can't find anything though.
It's probably related to bread, but he won't give you wine.
Yeah. Oh, pizza would be fantastic, but we're gonna set up a really super secret system in the fort where because we can't be disturbed once we're in the fort, not until the morning. So we're gonna set up a place where you can slide the pizza in and we can eat it from there. But we won't. We're going to be very quiet because actually I've got the boys we're going to have like a really quiet prayer session for most of the evening in sort of quiet meditation and deep thoughtful prayer, which should be really helped by the pizza when it comes later.
And to anybody else, they would be like, of course, yes, of course, Christian has and he's like, you're not staying up all night to read comic books, are you?
No, definitely the prayer. I mean, you know what?
Because I could bring some comic books from the house. Like, I could drop some off for you with the pizza. I'll do that with the pizza.
Okay.
And he like taps his nose in that, like, I'll drop some comic books off with the pizza.
Are they the Bible comic books where Jesus is the superhero?
I could drop them off as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure Butch loves those comic books.
He does. I've shown them to him loads of times. He reads them really quickly.
Well, yeah, I read them just in a...
He reads them so quickly that he gives them back to me almost straight away.
Yeah.
I don't know how he manages to get through them so fast. I read them incredibly fast anyway.
So he agrees to the Bible club sleepover, so you'll hear first thing in the morning. He then says, listen, look, I think your mother is a little engaged, and you see she's like arranging, I don't know, biscuits perfectly on a china plate, so they're all like non-offensive and couldn't accidentally look like a non-religious thing. And also they're not in a cross, because that would be insulting to have the cross. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So she's very studiously arranging biscuits and triangle sandwiches on a plate. He says, listen, if you want, I'll tell your mum it was my suggestion that you use help for the other kids. Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
And he...
Thank you, Joyless.
He goes, not a problem, Christian. Rev. You're welcome. Yeah, Rev. And he's like, yeah, Rev. Actually, Rev. Yeah, Rev. And he gets up, he pats you on the shoulder and says, listen, do you want me to leave them? I'll leave them on the table in the pizza and stuff on the table in the vestibule. You can collect them. So I don't know where the secret den is and the secret fort. I don't want to... No grown-ups allowed, yeah? No
grown-ups allowed, that's right.
Yeah. So he nods. Seems like he quite likes the nickname Rev. And you see him go off to talk to your mum. And she's like, oh, that kind of stuff. Ooh, the Reverend is talking to me.
That's very mum.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
I've charmed him there with that Rev talk.
Yeah, you definitely have.
Well done, Christian.
Yeah. So what's the plan now? Do we head off straight away? Are we going to try and get any supplies? Any
pizza's coming.
I go back and tell them the great news that we're going to be early for church club tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah,
and they won't disturb us. Unless pizza's coming. Yeah.
I have supplies at my house. If we want to go and find some, I would suggest we sneak out while no one's looking out the back gate, go to our various houses. Well, obviously, Butch, we just go to yours when we get to your farm. But like Christian, if you need anything, I'll get the supplies from my house that I need. We meet back here. When the pizza's delivered, we grab the pizza and then we go, because we don't want to leave the pizza here, because then if they find it in the morning that we've not eaten it, they'll be suspicious. So we gotta, and also give us food to eat while we're hunting for aliens, because it's hungry work. So I've got, like I said, I've got a torch, I've got magnifying glasses, I've got a metal detector, I've got like everything we could possibly need. I've got my katana, and my lightsaber. I mean, it's foam rubber, but it still hurts. Like when I was cosplaying as a samurai. But yeah, so I'll get ready, and we'll go alien hunting. Cool. And I'm just like really excited about getting stuff.
All right.
Got my hat. If anyone needs pecking.
Bang. Yeah. And we already know Butch has got his wrench because he never leaves home without it.
I don't mean.
Yeah. Okay, so we spend some time collecting all of Preston's like stuff.
I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna have like plastic medieval armor, you know, like the little kids' art night sets you can get.
Yeah.
And like a lightsaber and a foam katana strapped to my belt. A torch is like everything I could possibly think of.
Yeah.
Like oven gloves as gloves, and my dad's metal detector on my back. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Got like one of those like 80s metal bin lids as well.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I forgot about them. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have any sports equipment. I don't have like a hockey stick or a baseball bat. None of that. But I've got a plastic lightsaber and a foam katana.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Do you want to steal some tinfoil from the church kitchen?
I will definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm making myself a tinfoil hat.
Tinfoil hat to go under your plastic knight's hat.
Yeah, and I recommend everyone else does it too, just in case they could read our brainwaves.
Okay. Pizza arrives. It is probably something, I don't know, something cool. So it's gonna be like ham and pineapple, because pineapple on pizza is exciting in the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah. Way out there.
Way out there. So he orders something cool, the meeting of the folks, like a typical kind of event, now just seems to be, after about 2 hours, a bunch of folks just shouting at each other, like just descended into name shouting and insults, and you can see Reverend Joyless is puts his book down, his Bible down on the chair, and he's down there like, you know, we won't have this language in the house of God sort of moment, and the police are like, well, we're doing that kind of stuff. So nobody is paying attention to the three kids with the box of pizza and the tinfoil hats and the bin lid as they leave the church to head out to Butch's woodlands. There must be like a point, like a where Butch's farm edges onto something, because we've talked about it before, so it must be like Butch's farm is the closest one kind of thing. And we head out to that, down the way, and over the fence, and because you came with your adults, I don't think the hover bike, the quad, is there where it normally is. So Preston, with all his stuff, has to walk across the field and head out towards the other stuff.
And I will not be stealthy. I'll be clanking and jingling.
Clonk, clonk, clonk.
Yeah.
I'll get like any sort of like survival kind of gear I would have for going out, in like maybe something I used to have for camping or going to like scouts or something like that, where it's like, you know, proper boots and
actual practical
jacket and like practical sort of survival gear.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure what all of it does, but I'll just get all of it anyway.
Yeah. You've got all this stuff, and as it's probably close to sundown, you can see the agribots, the little stuff, and they're sort of nipping around the fields. You can see them just over some of the crops and past some of the livestock, or I can't remember what we decided Butcher's farm. It was a bit of everything, wasn't it? It was
it's like a sort of stereotypical farm. Really.
Yeah.
It's like
chickens and a few cows
and pigs and stuff.
Yeah, so you can see them zipping around between these things, and every now and again, like 2 or 3 of them meet up, and they sort of stop, and there's like lights and waving of equipment, and then they nip off to do other little jobs, or one will bring something to a location and another one will fly past and pick it up and go off to do other things. So they're at their little preparatory work for the humans tomorrow, and nipping off outside his slightly repaired allotment is Grandad Frank, and he's probably there smoking a fag with a tin of beer or something on a deck chair in the warm summer evening, the spring evening, just sort of like, and he nods. He's, he knows kids are kids, and he comes from a generation that was even more lax with their childcare. Like, if you don't come back dead, you've not had a good day, really, have you? So he nods at you, like he knows you're off and out with your mates, but you also know he's probably not going to tell tales on you unless you do something terrifying.
He'll probably keep an eye out just in case, but
yeah.
If the bike's around, I'd pick up the bike to take.
Yeah, of course it is, because you came to the church via the car.
Yeah.
With your grown-ups, because we were all going down there for this meeting. The bike is still at home.
Yeah, I'll head out to get the bike, and then I'll go past the kitchen and look at it, and then think about tinfoil, and then reluctantly go inside and get some, and then probably have my whatever cap I'm wearing, or just sort of haphazardly press some inside, like a layer inside it, and then sort of put flat cap on us.
Hide it so nobody knows.
Yeah, so nobody can see it inside this.
I approve.
I like it. That's very good. That's very good. Sometimes Preston might be right, like a broken clock kind of situation.
Err on the side of caution when it comes to him.
Yeah. Okay. So we load up with tinfoil and proper camping, outdoor at night gear, which you're a farmhouse, so you've probably got smaller sizes, like your older stuff or stuff that belonged to your dad when he was younger, that kind of stuff, or whenever your cousins come to visit, kind of thing.
Got a lot of hand-me-downs.
Yeah, so there will be more for Christian and Preston, so we're not all going to freeze to death as we're sneaking around in the woods in the middle of the night, kind of thing. And we get ready. We've got a torch or two, I think, because we've got the lightsaber torch, and Butch will probably have something slightly more useful. And where are we going? We're gonna.
Got my lightsaber.
I'm gonna head to sort of try and remember exactly, take the same path I took.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of which, I got the injury condition last time, so I assume that's still still in
so we're
effect.
still a little bit sore, yeah.
So kind of wince a little bit involuntarily when I see the same place, and move my way out the side that, and then take the same look, kind of following the tracks I took last night, and then I remember
where you saw them,
where I saw it, and then just head in that direction, and then keep going until I hit the forest line, the tree line.
Sure. So
where did you see this thing appear before it went into the forest?
So I'll get up to that point, and so after I bumped into that, and they calibrated itself and basically flipped it over. When I got back up on it, and I just point to the horizon, it was there, and just appeared there. And as I was going towards it, I heard, and then I point towards where my granddad's workshop is. My granddad's, he gets just about sees smoke. He's
every now and again it glows right. Yeah.
Just over there, and I headed that way, but straight ahead, and it ran like a bullet in that direction.
Cool. So I'm gonna get my metal detector and my torch and try and as Butch is pointing at where it landed, I want to try and scan and see if I can see any signs of dematerialization, rematerialization, any kind of energy transfer, any burns on the grass, any signs of crop circles. I've read about those in Sci-Fi Weekly. Anything that looks like alien residue, any ectoplasm based on Christian, because you never know, it could be a ghost.
Could be a ghost. Don't rule everything
don't know
out.
it's an alien.
Yeah, exactly. And as I'm doing it, I'm going to be constantly checking my helmet's on, that the tinfoil's still there.
It's getting tucked in. Oh yeah, it's just right there,
I think that's some sort of observation test. No, investigation, isn't it? Investigation.
Yep. Investigate, which is mine. So 1. Investigate. 2 successes.
2 successes. So there's definitely like the metal detector is like you probably find some old Roman coin or something. Like beep,
Cool.
it's a coin. It's it's an old thing. You have to scrabble in the dirt. Unfortunately, it's not an underground spaceship. Or the entrance to a forgotten crypt that Varazand can purify and sanctify. Unfortunately,
You
it's
haven't
just
found Aquila.
no. It's just some shitty old Roman coin, which Butch has probably got like 500 of them from the whole farm or something like that. So we find that with the metal detector, but we also find there is a bit of a brown kind of patch, not much bigger than maybe where someone would stand, like
It's a cow pat, isn't it?
no, it's where it's where like the grass itself looks burnt or almost like it had suffered. Like when you move a stone or you put a stone on something for a while, take it off and it's all sort of brown and wilted and malnourished kind of thing. And there's this small circle of this roughly around where Butch was thinks he saw the person. So you have one more question if you wanna ask anything about it, or you could maybe know what you're looking for and have a bonus on the next time you search for something like this.
I think I'll ask Butch like if anything was here that's moved, like any equipment or anything, or if he's had any bonfires or anything like that, or anything that would do it. And I think my other question would be more like, okay, I can definitely see something has happened. And then Butch said that it ran off in vaguely that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see with the other success, like if there is anything that shows the direction of travel, like, okay, I can see this now, but is it just vanished, or is there anything like what way could it have gone?
You can
or I'm
see.
happy to just carry it forward.
It's up to you. Which would you prefer?
I'll carry it forward because I think I've got what I need, and then when I next see an alien thing, I'll have a success.
You have a bonus for finding more any alien things. So yeah, we noticed this malnourished, odd-looking brown patch of grass, which you could stand in easily, like easily with 2 feet. It's like quite small in its area. It's not as big as a crop circle kind of thing. And then we head off. Are we still on the quad, or are we going to jump off and move stealthily through the woodlands?
I'd probably just drive the quad right up to the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
Just going straight in a straight line from this circle that Preston's pointed out to straight to the tree line as much as the crow flies as I can.
Yeah. So that's not a problem. When we get there, you can see. You can actually, as you kind of get to the edge of the tree line, you can hear this hippie camp, as it's been called by almost everybody, where the protesters have kind of made home. You can see there's some sort of bonfire going on because there's like that shape, that light scattering through the woods. They've probably got ukuleles or that kind of stuff. So you can hear folks over in the distance making that kind of noise. They've probably strung up some bunting and that kind of stuff in between trees and things. And you can hear it from the edge of the woods.
Can we see like the flickering of a fire but off the trees? Are we close enough to like see something like that? Or
Yeah, there's definitely.
they might have a fire. I know.
There's definitely ambient light from this big bonfire they've got in the middle of their camp. Definitely.
Do you reckon it went over to them? What do you think?
They shouldn't be burning a fire in the woods. That's really naughty.
Is this on your land still, Butch, or is this just like the woods, the edge of your farm?
So we've edged onto Loopland here.
Yeah. This is no, it's Loopland. I know that they're not allowed to camp on it. If I remember, pretty sure they're not allowed to camp on it. And yeah, I don't trust them with the fire either. They're probably going to burn something they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Why would an alien want to join the hippies? Like,
I don't know.
aliens aren't known for being beatniks.
You reckon it's something to do with that curse?
What if they are the aliens?
Yeah, like, oh
What
my
if it's
gosh.
a demon?
All right, I'm not prepared for demons. I don't think tinfoil protects from demons. Have we got any salt and holy water? Christian, have you got...
Yeah, you know about combating demons, don't you?
So I get my cross out, I get my vial of holy. I've got a rucksack on. It's got all these things in. I've got a Bible.
I imagine Christian might have like one of those necklaces, with holy water from Lourdes.
Oh, 100%.
That
Yeah.
kind of stuff, like your
And a
mum.
piece of the true cross.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I imagine that's definitely something he has.
Cool.
But it's not more than maybe like 5 mil.
Yeah.
It'll do.
It'll do, pig. It'll do.
What do you reckon? Do you think we should see what they're doing in the camp, or do you think we should skirt around it?
So far we know that aliens have landed and they've joined the hippie movement to protest against robots.
Oh,
But
they are the hippies. The hippies are the aliens.
Or the hippies are aliens and they don't like robots. Or the hippies are demons and they don't like robots.
What if it's the aliens with the worm that goes in your ear and takes over your mind? Might be those aliens.
some smelling salts that'll get them
Um,
Rip off pieces of the tinfoil and just like put them into
it in my-
balls.
stuff it in my ear.
Put them over your ears. Tinfoil
That's
ear
out. A
muffs.
flat stern on the side of my hand.
I've got my plastic night helmet on that the visor keeps falling down and it's fine.
I look on the ground to see if there's any worms that are around us.
I think you could probably find a worm or two. Yes, this is the woods.
I
Not
jump
one.
up like the floor.
Right.
Ah!
Interrogate him. Not gonna get in my brain.
That's just a worm, Christian, I think.
This. I don't know anything about the outside. I don't do outside, so I'm just. Butch,
Yes.
is it a mind worm or is it a ground worm?
It looks like a normal worm. I think a mind worm would be something
Well,
a bit.
We should put it near somebody's ear and see if it wants to go in.
No.
It's the only way to be sure.
Just take this worm.
Take the worm off, Christian.
Throw it somewhere deep in the woods.
No, that was our only lead.
Who was our only witness?
Camp over there.
So what are we going to try and do? Now we've interrogated a worm. Or failed to interrogate a worm.
He didn't give up any of his comrades.
He
Yeah,
didn't.
we need to we need to go see if the hippies are aliens or vice versa. The aliens are
Should we
hippies.
spy on them then?
So we're going to go and spy on the hippies. Sure.
Yeah, I turn my lightsaber off.
Yeah, good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, good plan. This would be a sneak roll. And what we will do is if we're all going, the person with the lowest sneak will roll, but they can be assisted by somebody or the other two, so they can get a bonus 2 dice.
I think I'm the person with the lowest sneak.
I have 5 sneak, but I'm injured.
3 for me.
3 for Christian.
I have 1 sneak and I'm wearing clanky plastic armor.
So, injured, I think I have the highest sneak.
Even injured, you're better at sneaking than these other 2 kids.
Yeah.
I know the wood's better.
Yeah.
So did you say the lowest rolls with assistance or the highest rolls?
So the
the
lowest
lowest.
person
Me.
will roll, but you will get plus 2 dice. One from Butch going, no, if you go over there, you'll fall in the creek, and one for Christian going, I'll hold your tinfoil shield or something.
Yeah, my
I'll-
dustbin lid shield.
I'll carry that, Preston.
All right, here we go. Okay, I rolled 2 6s and a 2. Wow.
Nice. That's
Um,
pretty good sneaking.
I'm going to show you that because it's not a lie. Ooh, was it work?
Oh,
Good
now
idea.
you've disappeared.
No, it's not
You
working.
disconnected.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, I'll sort that back out.
Now all the overlay's going to be wrong. Everybody's going to
still
have
hear
No,
me,
the
the
overlay's still fine. It just says James.
You can still hear me. That's what matters. I don't know how I did that.
Yeah.
I'll make sure it's plugged all in and stuff. But yeah, I sneaked.
You sneaked. Cool.
Snuck.
So we sneak to the edge of the camp, and we can see, we can hear like banjo playing. We can hear people cooking food like on sticks, and just generally getting on with this camping malarkey. And we also see the kids, the older teens that
returned.
He returned. We also see the older kids that were teasing or being mean to Christian earlier. So we can hear them all sort of chatting, and they're talking about how great it is that folks are thinking about ending the tests. This girl who particularly bullied Christian before, she's like chatting with a bunch of other teens, as they do. Teenagers talk. Humans talk. That was a really bad thing to say. So she's chatting
People
with these.
be making words with mouth.
People do words. Yeah, people do wordings. So she's chatting with these other teenagers, these other folks that bullied Christian the other night, and she's talking about how great it is over since then. How it was hilarious how one of them managed to make one of the local farmers. The milk farm nearby, that red food dye in the tanks made them think they'd turn the milk to blood. That was brilliant. Well done, Olivia. You did great there. And also talking about how other things like that. So there's maybe like putting the going in and breaking all the eggs in the chicken farm was a brilliant sort of thing, and she's talking about how great they've done with all these petty vandalisms, and no one will ever catch them. She's heard that a local journalist actually thinks she's the witch. And all these curses are working. We'll cancel the project soon. It'll be great. She can't believe how upset the math are getting over it all. And she's just generally she's bragging how great they all are, as teenagers do. Because she's bragging about all this with this little cadre, this little group of folks.
Entourage.
Yeah, an entourage.
Click.
A clique, a coven.
Cult.
Yeah.
They're a demonic cult.
Yeah. As she's just and they're all backwards and forwards, and they can't believe how good it works, and how they've not been caught yet, and that kind of stuff, and that sort of thing.
Christian, what's worse, being a coven of witches or pretending to be a coven of witches?
I would
Probably still being a coven of witches is worse.
But why would aliens come and pretend to be witches?
Maybe the aliens are witches.
Do we think she's an alien?
I don't know.
Butch, are any of these leaves or plants around us not good for tummies?
The red berries are always bad for your tummy.
Okay, I've got an idea.
Is Christian gonna poison the hippie camp?
Surely Christian wants to run in and flip some tables and get a whip out. That's be gone, witches.
Be gone, witches. That's
That's what I'm thinking, though. I'm thinking, let's gather up some berries, see if we can drop them in their ales or whatever they're drinking.
Yeah, there's some tins of probably, I don't know,
Tinnies.
Skull. Carlsberg.
Skull.
Gotta be some
Lamborghinis.
Lamborghinis.
Do we recognise any of these teenagers from town, or are they out of townies? Are they degens from upcountry that have
Do you
just
want to
been
make?
down to...
Does somebody want to make a contact roll? See if you do recognise any of them.
I mean,
My
I don't know if we all can because my contact's terrible.
Mine's 5.
Mine's 3.
You could assist someone, like our sneak roll. You could assist someone.
Do we have contacts? Do we have scores for things we haven't?
Yeah,
Got numbers
you
into
get a 0.
Yeah, so if
on
you
top
haven't
of-
got the skill, you go back to your attribute. So if it's like contact is heart, you would have your heart attribute dice in it. So that would. So like for me, I haven't got any points in sneak, but I've got 1 in body, so I get 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really
You're
a
not
heart
ridiculous.
contact roll.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I'm with you. Right, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can we assist Martin with being the best at it then?
Yeah. You can all put your heads together and be like, "Oh, I've seen them around this place. Are they related to so and so and that
Yeah,
kind of stuff?"
cool.
Yeah.
So my contacts is 4 because of my injury
Yes.
overall. Has any got better contacts on 4 or?
My contact is 1 plus 2, so mine's 3.
So
It
mine
would mine will be 5 with the 2 assists.
mine would be 4.
With the assists.
What do you mean? I just have a number 4.
So you have a 4. So yours would be 6 with the 2 folks helping you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
what
it's either me or you, Christian, for rolling.
I'll roll. What do I
might-
need to roll?
All right.
6 dice. and you need a
66, and we need
Yeah.
6s.
Oh, wow.
I imagine Christian would be better at it anyway because his mum's the like local
She
church
knows so
gossip
many people.
and
Yeah.
knows people.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I've rolled a 1, 2 4s, a 2, a 5, and a 1.
All right. So
Well done.
So
Typical Chris rolling.
you
Yeah.
you can use your luck. You can use one of your luck points and
Yes.
re-roll it. Or
Let's
if you
do
want to
that.
keep your luck points for whatever reason, I can't understand why you would. You could push it and take an injury and also apply that to
No.
both Butch and Preston.
I'll use my luck. As I'm lucky, I'll use my luck. So can I re-roll all of them?
You can re-roll
I love
everything
the
that
idea
isn't a
that-
success.
He's straining to see them so hard. He's like he gets an injury, it starts a headache or something. It's like, oh.
Fuck's sake.
Um,
3 2s, a 3, and 2 5s.
Wow.
Your
Can I-
RNG does not like you.
Can I look again?
I'm not sure actually. Let me double check.
I doubt it. I think if you fail to recognize someone, you can't just go, hang on, let me turn my back on you and look again. Now I know who you are.
I'm using a dice roller on the internet. I'm not using my dice because James knows how bad my dice are.
Yes, but that tends to be D20s though, so maybe 6s are your thing.
he says while failing 2 rolls.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Well, I couldn't believe it when I had 3 dice and I rolled 2 6s. I was like, oh, okay, it never happens.
Yeah, I'm due for a really bad. Oh, I failed 1, but I'm due for a really bad failure.
I want to get myself a second camera so you can do the like split screen dice.
You can do it with your phone, I guess, but
Yeah,
I'm not
you
sure you'd set it
could.
up.
You
See,
could.
so Millie would have to set it up.
Yeah. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. You could take pictures of the rolls and post them to Instagram later.
Oh yeah, like yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
But then I could have just prepared pictures of dice I like.
Do you know what? If you're really going to that effort of pre-preparing all your dice rolls for an RPG, that's just the same.
RPGs.
I'm going deep into the rulebook to find out if
Yeah.
we can look
No, right.
twice.
No, I'm just checking because on page 67 it says you can only use 1 luck point per roll.
Yeah, and that's fair enough, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we've failed at being lucky. Is that a consequence or?
No. If you'd have pushed the roll instead of using a luck point, if you'd
I get
have pushed the roll, you take what do they call them? A consequence or a
Condition.
condition? That's it. Yeah. Which is how Butch got injured. And because everybody helped, you'd all become the same. So you'd all get angry or upset or something. So. So what does it look like? Like Christian's there looking over these people and squinting and
None of these go to church.
yeah.
I don't see any of these in the congregation, and my mum keeps the register of everyone in the congregation. I don't recognise any of them.
So we got degens coming pretending to be witches, and aliens coming this. Do we ask them if they've seen aliens? Do we talk to them? Do we?
I don't really want to talk to them. Like, they're the people that You heard all the stuff they said about Christian.
The worm aliens have taken over the bodies of witches. That is what's happened. That makes the most sense from all the evidence we've gathered so far.
Agreed.
And
So,
then pretending
we
to
get-
do curses.
Yes, so how do we get worm alien worms out of the ears of witches who are fake cursing your farm? Garlic?
Vampires?
Sunlight? No, that's vampires too. Silver bullets? Have we got a gun or bullets or silver?
I heard if you get an insect stuck in your ear, you can get it out by pouring oil into your ear.
Okay, right. What eats worms? Birds? We need to put birds in their ears.
So as you're doing this, like as you're debating how to get the worm insects out of the alien witches, which is much better than the scenario I wrote, to be honest. So as you're debating this, Meg, I've given a game away. One of them is called Meg. So this ringleader, she stands up and she leans over to one of the folks who's with her, one of the teenagers, and she says, well, folks, I think tonight it's going to be Richard's chance to join our little coven. I'm gonna take him back to the tent. And me and Jody are gonna start initiating him into our little coven. He's gonna head out to and she named
put the mind worm in his ear.
She names a farm that's within walking distance of where you are right now. I don't know, the Hatfields. He's gonna head out to the Hatfields and lay a little curse on them. And everybody's like, yay, sort of thing. And Jody and the teenager and Richard, they all head towards a tent on the edge of this circle. And the teenagers who are there are all like drinking and laughing and that kind of stuff in their little clique, in their little group.
Sneak over there.
We need to stop them putting the mind worm in his ear.
We can see what they're doing, and if they're putting a mind with him, we can stop it.
Yeah. Should we try and sneak over there?
Preston, you said that birds eat worms, right?
Yeah.
I've got my duck hat.
A
bird.
Yeah, if they see the duck hat, they're gonna freak out and think that a duck's coming to eat the mind worm.
Exactly. We could
prevent the ritual.
Exactly. We just need to pretend to be a duck.
Yeah.
A massive duck.
Yeah, we'll sneak over there. And I don't know. I take my jacket off and kind of put it because it's like, actually no. Butch, can we borrow your jacket? You're biggest. If we put your jacket over Christian, like so that it kind of obscures his shape, just leaves the duck out at the top. In the shadows, it'll look like a great shadowy duck, and they'll think that this has come to seek vengeance on the mind worms. Sounds like a plan?
Yeah, totally sounds like a plan.
Are you sure about this, Preston? This seems a little far-fetched.
Okay. Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe they are aliens, and they might do that. But
in my head, I'm like, this is very typical of Preston to have an idea that just explodes into nonsense.
Yeah.
And obviously, Christian is like a little bit younger, so quite happy to be carried along. I like the fact that Martin's like, like, yeah, okay. And I'm going to be coming up with this really convoluted plan with Christian about how we can make him look and sound like a duck to our best extent.
Okay.
maybe we should sneak over there first, see what's happening, and then deploy the duck if needed.
Okay.
Deploy the duck.
Deploy duck.
Step 1, sneaking up to the ritual of the mind worms.
Yes.
Step 2 is yet to be decided. Step 3, deploy the duck.
Well, I could give you my jacket if you want to start doing that now and then sneak over and see.
Yeah. We'll do the duck. You sneak and see what you can see.
Okay.
All right. So Butch is going on his solo mission to sneak over.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I keep seeing Preston. I'm pretty sure you've not taken off your clunky armor.
No, I'm still wearing it.
No, he needs that for protection.
I've buckled the helmet down so that my ears are covered, so I don't have mind worms.
Right. I will injured attempt to sneak over to the
tent.
To the tent where they're doing the witch initiation. And no successes.
Ooh. All right. So
It's not just me.
no, it's not just the internet generator. All right. So you head over there, and it's not the teenagers that see you. I think it's one of the other hippies, and he's sort of this guy with a banjo. This guy with a banjo and dreadlocks and probably like a hacky sack, just hippie, full hippie turned up to 11 is like,
Yeah.
hey dude, what are you doing?
Pretend to be a bad trip.
Yeah.
Hey, I've just heard there was some cool stuff happening here.
Well, yeah, man. Stew is nearly ready, and he gestures over to the other side. You wanna get something to eat? Is your mum and dad around, pal? Are you all by yourself? It's not good to be in the woods by yourself, little fella. You're probably as tall as him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I point to some of my badges I've got from like doing scouting stuff. I'm like, no, I'm good in the woods. I've got my my various awards. I've been, doing it by myself quite a few times.
Oh, cool. But don't let them indoctrinate you into a system of oppression and organized militia, man. Like, that's not good. And he has this whole sort of speech
rhetoric.
Kind of thing going on.
Yeah. I just needed to get somewhere a bit more private so I could go to the toilet.
Oh, dude, yeah, sure. And he does. He turns around. And yeah, Violet. He does go like, yeah, man. Eat the rich. Capitalism is bad, okay? And with his little banjo, heads back towards the fire after spotting you.
Just trying to like wait till he turns around and move out of the way, and then just try and get back to somewhere out of sight again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so you reach the tent a little bit later than you anticipated. And what do you do when you get there? Are you gonna peek the side?
Yeah. Is it like a fully? There's no like windows or anything in this tent.
No, it's like a plastic sort of A tent kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. If it's like is it been left kind of open? The front of or is it zipped up?
It's probably zipped up, but it's a plastic poly tent, so you could just sort of get close and listen if you really wanted.
Yeah. I'm gonna get really up close and listen, and we'll see where it goes from there. See what I hear.
Yeah. Let's. That's the wrong one again. That's the flood. Let's make. That's where the teenagers. That's the game that they're playing. Let's make it. Yeah. Let's make it an investigate roll. Let's see how we.
I'm really bad at this.
All right.
I'm so bad at this.
That's great.
So you can sneak in, but you need to be
I got a
on your
6.
head listening. Yay!
Excellent.
3 and a 6.
3 and a 6. Excellent. So you sneak around to the back of the tent, and you notice that there's only like 2 shadows in there now, and it looks like it's Olivia, the girl who went before. Was it Olivia or Jodie? Or Jodie, I think. Jodie. And this other girl. It's their silhouettes that are still there, and they're talking to each other in sort of like hushed whispers.
The guy said, "Eat the rich." And the guy going into the tent was called Rich.
He was called Richard, yeah. They've literally eaten Richard. I mean, you guys are writing this yourselves. I'm just gonna look at that, guys. This I'm just gonna throw it away. It's fine.
Those train tracks over there were way away from where they are.
Yeah. I mean, I tried.
This was derailed a long time ago.
It was great. So these two figures are in there, and you can hear Jodie's voice, and she's like, you know, are you okay with doing this, Meg? And Meg kind of replies with like, doing what? I don't understand. Well, like, me and Olivia and everyone, it makes us sick. And Meg replies with, well, look, I can't help it if you don't take care of yourselves. It doesn't make me sick. I've done it a bunch of times. It's the only way they won't see us. I mean, none of us are like secret agents or anything. Yeah, Meg, but this science stuff, are you sure the things your dad was doing was safe? Look, it's completely safe. He, just because he was sacked doesn't mean the science was bad. It means the math is stupid. And they're having this kind of conversation. You can hear them, like, Meg is basically like, of course everything's fine. Why wouldn't it be fine? Oh, you're all just wusses. And Jodie is expressing some kind of like, look, I did this, and I spent the next 2 or 3 days puking up my guts. This is not right. We can't keep this a secret forever. And Meg, you hear, is like, of course we can. Of course we can keep this a secret forever. As long as it's upsetting the math, we can keep doing this. But there's no sign of Richard.
No. Has Richard already gone down there? I want to... God, it's pushing my luck. But I want to go to where the front of the tent is, and if there's like a separator part at the bottom, sort of use my wrench to push up this little separator part, and then see if I can spy, like, because it sounds to me like they've got some sort of Preston-ish mechanism to make themselves go invisible. So I want to see if I can spot it.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this would be another sneak roll.
Yeah. I love that idea. You're just lying down at the entrance of this tent and you step out like, what is this kid doing?
What the fuck is this kid doing on the floor? Are you lost? Yeah. Yeah, it's another sneak roll.
Sneaky. Better at sneaking though. One success.
Okay. So yeah, you push up the end of the tent, and you can see that Preston would probably like this tent because as well as one sleeping bag on the other side, you can see that there are all sorts of bits that like the military harness, like the webbing that they have.
Yeah.
There's pieces of that, but it looks like they've got strange bits of cameras and LEDs kind of stuck on parts of them, and one of them you can see she's got some sort of solar panel attached to it. Into one of the pouches one of the pouches that would go on the side of the webbing. You can see she's got wires that go to a solar panel into one of them, and it's studded with all these bits of LEDs, things that look like cameras, all different stuff like that, and it's sort of strung or hung on the back of a deck chair or a camp chair kind of thing, and then there's like rolled out on the floor like an engineer's kit. So it's like it sort of looks like a thieves tools kit. Like if Preston had done this, it would be like a thieves tool kit from Dungeons and Dragons, because it's got all those little clippers and little prods and rods and different diodes and readers and meters and stuff kind of rolled out, and it's put on the floor near these kinds of stuff, and you can see it's all on like a piece of plastic on the floor. It's like the most clean and sanitary kind of area there is. Those kind of glasses that you can bring down to look at tiny minute things, and that kind of stuff. And then the rest, there's like a 24 pack of Carlsberg and a bottle of 2020, and a sleeping bag for Meg and that kind of stuff. And both Meg and Jodie are sat there. And they probably do. They reach over, they open the 2020 and they take a swig, and she passes it to Jodie, and Jodie's like, "Oh, I'm got to do this because it looks cool," kind of thing. And that kind of stuff. And you sort of peek and you get a good look at this kind of stuff. But yeah, Richard is nowhere to be seen.
Right. And I'll shuffle backwards.
Yeah.
And then
army crawl.
Yeah, arm crawl backwards, and then sneak my way back around to Preston and Christian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem.
No worries. Right. Heard a lot of stuff. I don't know where Richard is. I think he's already gone to the Hattersons, maybe, to curse it. But I did find they're using...
We didn't see anyone leave, did we? Like,
absolutely not, no.
Oh.
Been beamed out.
No. They must have more than one. Right, Preston, you're good with this kind of stuff. It's an invisibility suit.
What? No. Alien mindworm witches have an invisibility suit.
Yes, I mean, I'm not quite sure about that bit anymore, but they definitely have. They have this.
Which bit? Which is the mindworm?
Alien worm thing. I think so.
Oh, so you think that these hippies have an invisibility suit, and that's how they appeared?
I've seen it. It's like a military harness with tons of cameras and little reflecty things and solar panels, and they were talking about it's the only thing that.
Can I see?
I can't. They're talking in the tent, and I don't know how. I don't think it's.
Okay. I need to see the tent.
You need to see the tech.
Can you distract them? Can you? And I kind of fumble around for like anything I've got. I've got like a novelty lighter. I'm like, can we set fire to one of the tents, and then they'll come running, and then I'll go and look. I mean, that might be too much. Can we crash the bike, jump up and down? I don't know. I just need to see the what. It's got cameras and lenses and invisibility. Oh my god, this is amazing.
But we've also got the problem that Richard's probably in one, invisible, going to do something bad at the Harsons.
Yeah, but
if we catch him, you can look at it.
But there's already one there, and I point at the tent like.
Yeah, but that's in the tent with 2 people and a whole camp of people there.
But it's just there.
When do I get to be a duck?
Yes, the devil duck. That's our plan. This is how we distract them. Christian, I can't believe I forgot. If you do your devil duck, that'll scare them out. Then I can get a look at it.
Great.
Yes.
As long as I get to be a duck.
You couldn't. That's definitely a distraction.
Yeah. 100. Yeah. If you distract them, I'll go and try and have a look at the tech and see if I can see what it is and what it does. And then we can. Do you know the Hattersons? Do you have their phone number? If we go back to your house and we could ring your mum could ring them maybe.
The mum and everybody won't be home.
Mum's at church, isn't he?
Yeah.
Could we call Mr. Hatterson and warn him? But
I think they're at church.
They'll be at church, yeah.
Oh, I need to see the thing.
Well, we have to make a decision. Either we're doing Duck Duck Go, or we're going to the Hattersons. I'm not sure which one we're doing.
Both. Let's. I
don't. I don't want to leave you here. Like.
I'm not going. I'm staying with the mindworm alien witches on my own. Invisible mindworm alien witches.
Maybe we could come back.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe we can come back and try and catch them. Or I mean, you can try distracting them if you want.
So let's go. Yeah, let's go find Rich.
We want to go and find Richard. We want to head off to the Hattersons farm and find.
This is the perfect.
Sorry, Christian.
The perfect branching choice. Do we use the Trojan duck of Christian? to lay waste to this camp of evil alien mind witches? Or does Valdezan seek off into the desert to chase the enemy? It's like, do I stand and fight here and siege this wasteland of orcs, or do I chase the goblin into the mist? The noble hero will save the farm, and yes, that is the right decision for Valdezan.
Yeah. So we've committed to heading out to the Hatterson's farm, and we're gonna hotfoot it over there. So I think this is a move roll to see if we can get there before whatever chaos is being caused.
I have move 7, so I think
I have move 1. I am absolutely gutted we never got to use the devil duck.
Well, just
I've got move 2.
Pocket the devil duck for another time.
Yeah, it's in the bank.
It's in the bank for another crazy plan. So I think Christian and Butch are going to be helping Preston get there.
What sucks so bad?
What is this help look like? What is it? Is it just like keeping him on?
Would you get him to the farm in time?
Yeah.
I think it'd be quick. I think it'd be quicker to get back onto my bike.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would suggest get back to my bike, and then I'm just going to go up full sprint. And then I'm going to take up my wrench and crank up I'm going to turn all the limiters off and basically turn the safety off and all the dangerous stuff that I normally have on. I'm going to switch that all off so I can go at full pelt on it.
Okay.
Let's see how well we can move. 144. That is 0 successes.
Would you like to use some of your luck?
I will use a luck point.
Come on.
1, 2, 3, 0 successes.
Okay.
I can push it. Should I push it?
If you push it, both Butch and Christian will suffer the same.
Butch and Cassidy.
Yeah, Butch and Christian will suffer the same consequence, same condition as you.
Do we need this move, or we probably do, don't we? Should I try it?
I mean, yeah. I think I'm okay with it. It depends if Christian's okay with it.
What do you think, Devil Duck?
Whack.
Do we go with it?
two quacks for yes.
1, 2, 6. Woohoo!
Excellent. Oh, phew. Hey. Okay, so there is much kind of like give us the bloody bin lid. Why have you brought this kind of stuff to between
chucking junk on the ground?
Yeah, between and Butch is like, look, if you don't get rid of some of this junk, the quad bike's not gonna go. Come on, kind of thing.
I'll lose the lightsaber, but I'm keeping the katana.
Okay, so we ditched the lightsaber. Christian is carrying the bin lid.
The bin lid.
You've had to maybe put some of the plastic armor in one of the baskets on the quad bike or something.
Sat holding the katana like it's a lance, as if we're charging to battle on a weapon.
Nice.
Hold on to something and then straight off.
Yeah, and then we zoom away to the Hatterson's Hatterson's farm, and it's quiet there. You can see some of the agribots that they're taking part in the trial, bumbling around. And these ones, they don't seem to be anywhere near as efficient or organised as the ones that are on Butcher's farm. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, one of them is just headbutting the side of their barn, like bump, bump, bump kind of thing, like not operating to full capacity, and that kind of stuff.
Someone's not done any of the manual fixing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, everything is quiet.
Together and turn an engine off to dead silent.
Mm-hmm.
There's an invisible guy somewhere. Gotta find the invisible guy.
Find the invisible man.
How do you find an invisible man? We could squirt water. Do you have any water? No. Paint. Metal detection. I could but there's robots everywhere.
Had like reflective panels. Like a last ditch effort, we could
Footprints.
footprints at the start, but we could shine a torch across the farm if it gets to that point. And also keep an eye out to see if we can see anything weird going on. They're going to come to curse it, so I don't know what he's been told to do.
We should all take handfuls of gravel and just throw it around. And if it hits something,
Just like pocket sand.
yeah.
Pocket sand.
Yeah.
Will that get someone's pocket bacon dirty?
Yeah, I suppose we could like listen to see if we can hear anything, or can I see any, like, given my past alien role, can I see any signs of alien burning ground or?
Yeah,
like,
so we pocketed that extra dice from earlier, so we could make an investigation roll with at least +1. If Christian and Butch are helping, then you could have +2, so that would be +3 total.
Yeah, I would be looking around, picking up
Okay,
sand or like gravel and just like
I have 9d6.
more like practical searching than anything more than looking.
Yeah. 9d6, that's a good dice pool for Loop.
2 successes
Excellent.
to try and search for the invisible man.
Search for the invisible man.
Hands over my ears though, so in case
he
of
puts a
mind
worm in it.
Yeah.
Seek and you shall find.
Seek and you shall find. Oh, we haven't had as many. Christian's must be in awe this week because he's not had many opportunities to use his verse, has he?
You find a Bible quote about ducks anywhere? You've been trying.
I found one about deers panting, but it seems a bit not safe for work, so
Not safe for Christian.
not safe for Christian at all.
Yeah. So we search out. We find like signs of and it looks like somebody's been sick. It looks like there's a big pool of vomit next to one of the tractors. And
That's what.
we spot it because maybe it's still kind of warm. Maybe like
finger in it and lick it.
yeah, maybe
Oh, it's got like
maybe
it's got a little like steam coming up off it.
yeah, it's got it's a warm night, so maybe like the maybe like the farm dog. These guys' farm dog is like interested in it.
I've watched CSI.
Yeah, the farm dog here is like, what's this? Oh, is this food? Because dogs are disgusting. Yeah. So we find a pool of vomit next to a tractor.
Well, they said that the suit makes them feel sick. So, I mean, it was here.
Yeah.
I wonder if has he done something to this tractor?
I don't know anything about tractors.
I do. I'm gonna have a look over this tractor and see if he's done anything to it.
Sure, yeah. That is very much a tinker check.
Yes.
I mean, I could assist you a little. I've got some tinker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can get a +1 from me.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing about technology.
No, it's fair. Four successes.
Four
Oh,
successes.
Get in.
Wow.
Wow.
Basically, Nat 20'd it right there.
Yes.
Essentially.
Super crit.
You know the history of this tractor and everyone who's ever ridden it.
Yeah, you've probably fixed this tractor before. All right, so. So 4 successes. Yes, you can see that this tractor has been tinkered with. This tractor has been indeed sabotaged in some way. Not being that great with tractors myself, it's probably something like cables or things plugged into the like the bits of the engine. Something has been like turned upside down or plugged into the wrong bit, or
disconnected stuff that should be connected and connected stuff that should be disconnected.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
There's a potato in the exhaust.
There's a potato in the exhaust, and a can of Coke in the fuel tank. Yeah. So clearly this tractor has been sabotaged. You could ask me some more questions about it. I will tell you now, if they are technical questions, I won't be able to answer them in that way.
No. What would be? Can I? Does it look like the person who sort of sabotaged this knew what they were doing for sabotaging it, or was it sort of just let's just try and damage what I can?
Yeah, it looks like to you, Butch, it looks obvious. But anybody who doesn't deal with tractors on a day-to-day basis, if you opened up the side of the tractor, it looks normal, like nothing has been defaced and nothing, that kind of stuff. But I suspect Butch has stroked his chin, sucked his teeth, and went, "Well, that's not good," kind of thing. It wouldn't take too long to undo.
But I think that the person who's done this has probably got some knowledge.
Not really, like a basic kind of, I've learnt to drive a car, so this is bad knowledge, versus I understand the ins and outs of tractors, and this is going to screw it over.
There's probably a lot more subtle ways to make it not work.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to...
Unplugging and plugging something in,
Trying to work out if they're like if they knew, like if they were in with like maybe they were farmers lad or something like that.
No, definitely, like it'd take you 10 minutes to undo, kind of thing. And if you tried to do this to get out of early morning jobs, like Grandad Frank could probably slap you around the back of the head and say, try harder, kind of thing.
Okay, so I've got two more questions. I'm just trying to think. What does it look like they would have gotten themselves really filthy doing this? Sort of, if they've like got maybe like really, because it's like red oil thick on their hands, or sort of maybe really dirtied themselves to have to be able to do this.
Yeah, they definitely wouldn't have got through this without like getting oil and grease and chicken poop and farm dirt on them. This is not an easy kind of, like, they've had to reach into the bits and pieces to unplug kind of thing.
Yeah. Trying to think. What do you think, guys? Any other questions, you reckon?
About the tractor?
Yeah.
Tractors go, right?
I don't know. They broke it. That's all we need to know. That was obviously their intention. If they've not broken it to a point where it's deadly or dangerous, like cut the brake lines or anything. They just wanted it to look...
Yeah, it would have just malfunctioned and had a real bad sort of dumping of red oil, which I don't know whether they want to do with that, but
no, I don't think. I think 4 successes on this was like overkill.
Yeah.
I mean, for your final success, you could just repair it.
Yeah, that's just thinking. Just use final success as I'm just like inspecting this. I'll go and
reverse what they've done.
Undo what they've done.
Wait! Before you do that, though, would it not be better to tell someone that people have been sabotaging things, and here's the evidence, rather than fix it and remove the evidence?
But our story is that we sneaked out in the middle of the night to find a camp full of alien worm witches who are pretending to be cultists, who have an invisibility suit, who have broken the tractor, and we followed the invisibility suit and we found the tractor, but we didn't do it. So
I don't think the grown-ups are going to listen to us on this.
Yeah, I mean that's the truth, but yeah.
Yeah, like my thing is, I reckon because if it's me and they've been cursing my family, I think they'll just they'll say, oh no, he's gone out and done it himself, and trying to blame us on it. That's what I reckon they'll do. So I don't think the adults are gonna get us on this.
And we're gonna get in so much trouble for being out and not in the church in our secret prayer meeting.
Yeah, I don't want the Madison's farm getting damaged because of this as well. So no, I get where you're coming from though. Can we take a picture? Do we have anything to take a picture with? Can we take a picture?
There might be a camera in Preston's Atari Go. What do we think?
I don't know how ubiquitous are cameras.
Probably not.
Probably
I imagine
not.
that there would be, they are existing, and like our parents might have an old film camera or a
Yeah.
Polaroid.
Yeah,
or
we didn't
something.
bring it with us. I'll just
But-
take out like some. I'll just scribble it
No.
down with a piece of paper and just wrote down what they did, and
Yeah, we could make notes of how it
Yeah.
happened and what it did and that kind of stuff.
then
We
I'll
could leave a note. We could like to the Hattersons from
Anonymous.
Farazan, the great hero,
I
has
saved
discovered
you.
discovered treachery.
Yeah, we could write a note for them and put it under the door for when they come back, and then they can.
If you it's probably better if you explain, like, hey,
We are Legion. We have
I'm a
saved you.
friendly tractor repairman. I fixed. I don't know. Do we leave it broken but let them know it's broken, or do we fix it? I think Christian's got
fix-
a point that
I don't want to miss in the note. I'm gonna fix it. I think it's the best overall. But yeah, so I'll fix it. I'll use the last success to guarantee a fix on the tractor
Sure.
and undo all the damage they've done.
Yeah, so it's like Richard's work didn't even matter.
poor
Yeah.
Richard.
Yeah.
What a dick.
What a dick.
Eat the rich.
Eat
Can we
the
see any other sign of him, like where he's gone, or where this, like, he came here, threw up, messed up the tractor?
No, but you could make another words investigation
Investigate.
roll. Yeah. If you want to search
I-
around.
I can do that.
Try and help by looking to see if I can see any sort of like
I've got a 6 in
vomit
investigation.
stained
So
footprints going anywhere.
Christian's quite good at investigating, so we're going to help him.
Me too.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll help you.
cool.
Help you, Christian.
How many dice am I rolling?
If you got 6 standard, you would roll 8
8.
with our help. So
Right. Come on. We're going to find more traces of Rich.
I'm going to roll 8 because that's what I'd have, just to see if I can.
Oh, okay.
I have a success. I have 1 success.
You would have beaten me then.
In
Excellent.
8.
Excellent. So yeah, we see. I think what we see is over like back past the quad bike over that way. I think Christian, whilst Butch is plugging things back into the tractor, and Preston is trying to write like Farazan's note of how he say, like, he's trying to get that fancy writing, and forsooth I saw a demon appear in the darkness, and
Ghost in the machine.
yeah, that kind of stuff, and that kind of. Well, Christian sort of spots past the quad bike, and it's very much like how Butch described it. Like there is a shimmer in the air, and a shake and a change, and there is a figure, and it looks for a moment like he's dizzy, and he takes maybe 10 more steps and staggers and then disappears again as he's heading off back towards the hippie camp.
You've just seen the Matrix.
Something. No, I can't make any sense. I think
put my
he was there.
sorry.
I
I think he's got a mind worm. I look in Christian's ear. It's got a mind worm.
I've got the mind worm. No fools. The man we're following, Rich. I think he was there. He appeared and disappeared.
All right, we can get onto the bike. Just give me 1 second. I need to finish this tractor up.
How far was it? How far did I see him, Millie? Was it like
Not far beyond the quad bike, so
not far beyond near the quad bike?
so you've got off the quad bike at the side of the farm, so you can spread out and search. So he's ran here on foot, and he's not had that much kind of to get ahead of you. You must have just missed the devious deed. But yeah, he staggered past there and then headed back, disappeared again further up.
I will finish up fixing this tractor, and then get to the quad bike with everyone, and then follow Christian's directions and where he saw him disappear.
Yeah.
Run to where I saw it. I want to run ahead actually to where I saw him disappear.
All right. So you finish kind of going, and then just break into a run to try and catch him. Yeah. Let's make a move roll. Make a move test.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
But you're a lucky little kid.
2.
Like,
Yeah, you've got a lot of luck.
Here we go. Yes, a 6 and a 5.
Excellent. All right. So you like Christian with the childish levels of energy that folks do.
off like a bolt.
Just boom, sonic booms past, and you're both sort of there, kind of. Gosh, that was nippy. And you get up there to where you saw him appear, and you can see this familiar sort of like brown patch in the grass where he reappeared, and then a little bit further up you see a second one,
Okay.
next to a puddle of puke, and you can easily see where he's pushed through this grass to head off.
I'm just gonna start following it.
Okay.
I'm off.
All
They
right.
catch up with me. That's fine.
Okay. So Butch and Preston follow along shortly after Butch has like cleaned his. Well, I don't think Butch would clean it, but shortly after he's finished plugging everything in, does Preston just be like, "Well, Farazan's note is never going to get fixed if we do these interruptions"?
Yeah, the great heroic prose. I imagine I will have a journal on me writing as if everything I do is a D&D adventure, so I'm constantly like,
Updating
and then Farazan strode greatly after the great demon, the invisible demon. So I'm just writing as on the back of the quad bike,
Writing as
like
you go
what
along.
we're doing, but
Sure,
in
sure,
the
sure.
eyes of Farazan.
Yeah. So Christian, you head further along, and you get to a point near the edge of where it changes from farm to woods, and you see there is about a 5-foot patch of flattened grass. It's about, I don't know, 2 foot wide and 5 foot flattened.
Yep.
No sign of Richard.
Very suspicious. I'm going to take off the duck hat
Yeah.
and I'm going to throw it into the patch.
You're going to throw it ahead. Sure. So you throw the duck hat ahead, and it lands, but it's about a foot off the ground.
Yep, this is what I thought.
Planking competition.
Yeah, I run and grab the hats, and I feel around at this space underneath.
Yeah, so there's you kind of put your hands down. You can feel like somebody's body is there, but you can't see it. It's the most strange kind of disconnected feeling. And as Butch and Preston arrive, it looks like Christian is doing some sort of weird mime even.
The alien worm! It's got
I'm playing the keyboard.
Yeah, playing the keyboard in like air guitar.
I jump off the thing with the katana in hand, going, "He's got the earworms! They've got it! They've got it!" Christian, are you okay? Speak to me. What's Leviticus 2:13?
You wouldn't even know that if I said it right or not.
Oh, thank God, it's not the earworm. Why are you playing an invisible piano?
He's here. He's here.
Who's here? Jesus? The earworms?
Jesus or somebody. Feel here. Feel.
I take my katana, kind of prod at the space. What is it? Oh.
So you prod and you can feel a resistance, like a sort of.
I'll step on the body.
You step on it, and
onto the body.
You step onto it, and you hear this kind of groan, like this sort of like, and then there's like a coughing and a spluttering, and like a pool of slightly red vomit appears.
Oh.
I will immediately have an epiphany at this moment. I'm like, he's fallen unconscious, and try and because I remember roughly how we got it on. Try and take off this gear that he's been put on himself, starting with like his head.
Have we got? I'm just gonna pick up a handful of mud and kind of pour it on top. So
Is this not evidence enough?
Yeah.
like, is it a shape of a like? No, because like if it's a person, then we need to find out what the head is. So if we sprinkle the mud, then we'll find.
All right, so
the
yeah,
shape
we
of the head.
throw,
So when they choke to death, we'll be fine.
we
We'll know
throw
what
them. We're kids. We don't think about death. That's
true.
not a trauma.
That's
That's
true.
not a trauma we're going to have to suffer. So Preston throws this mud over.
I've seen the Invisible Man. If you throw paint at him, you can see his shape.
Yeah, you probably. When did Indiana Jones come out with the Holy Grail and the test?
80s.
Yeah, you might have seen that. That
pretty
went-
old.
Yeah. Gosh, gee whiz. So yeah, we work out which way
89.
Richard is probably led in the thing. It looks possibly like he's maybe on his side, like he's fallen over sideways.
Where the stick came out was probably a hint.
Yeah,
I
that
will
was-
try and I would go to where that is and try and lift up off whatever
Yeah,
this.
can we feel for like straps and things?
Yeah. So we can make a calculate roll, and you can be assisted.
My calculate is very good.
My calculate is okay.
Mine's
Mine-
terrible.
Mine's 7.
Mine is 4.
Mine's 1.
So if you'd like to assist me, I can roll a 9, or I'm happy to assist you because it was your idea.
I guess it depends on whether or not it's physical force or whether we're just like trying to feel and undo straps. And
I think
You've
as-
seen it, so
as
it makes more
Butch is-
sense for you
yeah.
to do it.
The only
Yeah.
one who's sort of seen this system,
Yeah.
but you'd probably have to do it.
all right, I will roll.
I'll assist you though.
Okay.
Yes, Preston can assist.
1 success.
Excellent. All right. So we spend a moment, and it looks really odd as you're doing it. You unclip things and unhook stuff, and you heft off, and you see almost like Richard's body kind of roll out of the ether. And Butch is like holding a big handful of nothing. Except you can feel it there. The rough webbing and it's generating a good chunk of heat as you kind of hold it.
Preston, you have a look at this. I'm going to check and make sure Richard's look okay.
I'm just looking at Butch's hand, going, "What?"
Put your hands out. Put both your hands out, and then I'll
Can I
put it into your
grab
hands.
it out? Yeah, I imagine
And
it's a lot
then-
heavier for me, and I'm like, "Oof."
I will go and put Richard into the survival position.
Yep. Because you've done that in Scouts.
Yep. And I will check him, make sure he's breathing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll wipe his. I'll get some cloth or probably a handkerchief my granddad's given me, and just
Yeah.
wipe his face clean and just
check for earworms.
Do we have any water? Can we
Probably do,
give
yeah.
him some water maybe?
You've got some holy water.
No, he's
No,
only
I
got
do.
5 mils of holy water. That's for serious devil and demon
Well-
incursion.
Christian, go to my quad bike. There should be a bottle of water on the quad bike.
Okay, I'll go get that.
So aside from being quite ill and fairly unconscious, he is breathing and he's in a recovery position. He feels
need-
quite sweaty and hot to the touch.
We need to tell someone. This is he okay? Does he have like? Is he gonna die? What's happening?
No,
Like,
he's just very ill from whatever that thing's
And
done to him. It's like spinning around in the chair all the time.
and what is this? And I kind of try and feel at the thing. Like, what is it? Is this the thing that you saw in the tent? You think?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's got. Oh, 1 second. They have I'm going to try and see if I can find the wire that connects to the battery.
Okay.
Because I think the battery's on him. If I remember that they have it on.
So
or
it
is
it
is
was like like the webbing that goes over the shoulder and has all the pouches that go round on the back, that's where the wires into the solar battery went.
Yeah.
The solar panels.
Preston, if you can feel around the back, there's a battery on the back. If you can feel for the plug and unplug it,
Yeah.
it should
So
deactivate.
having a familiarization with kind of mechanical parts, can I feel in the blindness to see if I can see what feels like a battery connector and disconnect it?
Yeah, I think this is a calculate.
Okay.
I will try and assist you with directions.
Yeah, +1.
Okay. 1 success.
Yeah, so we fiddle around. Butch being like, no, it's like got to be low down, so it'll be a heavy bit, and it's on the edge, maybe.
Feel for go down from the harnesses.
Yeah,
the feel in the back.
Yeah.
And we find like this big chunky bit, and it's the only thing I think that's probably got a sort of toggle switch or something. And eventually, after getting into one of the pouches and that kind of stuff, we flip it, and it sort of appears out of the air in Preston's hand, this military-looking harness with all kinds of extra bits and pieces attached to it.
Wow. That is definitely alien.
100%. Aliens. I lean into Rich and like whispering, "Are you an alien?"
And he just kind of groans.
He said yes.
Watch out, Preston! Watch out for the worm. Don't lean close to the ear.
Good point. There might be jumping mind worms.
Preston, take your hands off your ears so I can talk to you. Preston. Right. I heard Meg say that this tech was made by her dad.
Who's an alien?
Maybe. I mean, I'll believe anything at this point with the cats, that is Russian spies going on at the moment. But I know that her dad was sacked from
Mothership.
Rinsky Energy's the mothership.
Oh no, I thought he was an alien.
No, he was in Rinsky Energy. He was sacked. Probably for doing stuff like this.
Aliens in Rinsky Energy. Wait.
Probably.
Christian, your dad works at, so does mine. Our dad's alien. Are we aliens?
They might have the worms in their heads right now.
Dun dun dun.
Double worm. It's not like.
Butch, we don't know how deep this goes.
Let's cross that bridge when it comes to it. For now, let's just focus on the fact that we have the gear and we have poor Richard's not looking very well. I'm going to have to take him to hospital.
But we can't just say, hey, we were at a sleepover at prayer camp and then he fell while we were eating pizza.
So Preston, we could go back to the prayer camp sleepover, but Butch maybe had to go home to help with the farm, and on the way he found. And I just indicated the body.
Yeah,
indicated poor
alien.
Richard groaning.
Excellent
on the
idea.
floor.
Yeah, because he hasn't seen us, has he?
No.
But what do we do
Right.
with this?
You take that back to our private. In fact,
Nobody's going to come into the hideout.
I
so
give you the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I have a practice with it to see if I can like work out how to turn it on and off so I can make it invisible and not invisible?
I think so. Yeah, I think you know where the switch is now, so
Yeah.
so that's a thing you can do.
I'm imagining it's like 20-year-old person size. It's not.
Yeah,
gonna
it's
fit
definitely not going to fit a 13 or a
Okay.
11-year-old.
Does it look like it'd fit in? No, it's big and bulky, isn't it? We couldn't. Alright, I'll turn it invisible,
Mm-hmm.
and then. Do we have anything that we could?
I love Christian's just like no, no.
I don't want to see what happens to you.
Preston,
I don't want to wear it or anything. I'm just trying to think of a way we can get it into the church. Like,
Right. If it's invisible, they won't be able to see it. So you
but
can just.
I'll be holding it, just walking like, yeah, I'm practicing. We could say we're practicing some mime.
But nobody so when you return to the church,
Oh, no one will be there.
no one will be there. So
Good, yeah, we
Right.
take it back there. Hide it.
Keep it invisible, and then turn it off as soon as you get back to the hideout. Here's the key, and I'll take Richard to hospital. I'm gonna have to drive on the road, which I don't really want to do, but I'm gonna have to.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just
you
leave
get
him there with a
back
note.
and just say, because I'll drop him off, then I'm gonna go home, and then I'll leave a note. I'll hand him in, leave a note, or speak to someone, and then you two go back, say I have to leave, for, like what Christian said, I have to leave for the farm early in the morning.
So take him, drop him outside, put a note on his chest, say, "Warning, might be an alien. Look out for mindworms. Make sure that the staff knows that the hospital isn't infested."
I will inform them.
Good. So, Christian, which way's the church? I say in the middle of this farm we've never been to before. Like,
right, we'll have to take it slow, but and get everybody on the quad bike, and I'll have to.
All right. So there's a very slow montage of getting folks to certain places, kind of thing. Eventually, Preston and Christian are close enough that they can get back to the church by themselves, and it's probably. I mean, to us as players, it's probably not that late. It's probably only about 10:30 p.m. But to an 11 and a 13-year-old outside, that's pretty. I don't know. It's pretty dangerous. Pretty scary. Definitely, maybe for Christian. Like this is rule breaking extreme. Yeah. What does Butch do? Does he take him to the A&E and just sort of like, go on, Richard, be free?
No, I would make sure he gets seen by someone, and I'd tell them that I found him unconscious and he'd vomited, and he looked like, as I got to him, I'm lying where he was, but I would say that he vomited and he vomited up blood, and he needs, I think I don't know whether I'll try and tell you, he definitely looks like he was stumbling a lot from what I saw.
Okay, so perhaps trying to maybe not necessarily something Butch would think of, but it sounds a lot like you found a drunk teenager.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know exactly that, but I'm gonna be sort of describing what I saw.
Yeah,
there's gonna be flaws in what I say because I said I found him unconscious, but also stumbling about.
Yeah,
but.
So give me a charm roll. Let's see how this goes down with the A&E department on a busy Friday night. It's a Friday night, which is always busy in A&E.
Not too bad to charm. 1 success.
Okay, so yeah, the triage nurse, whether you realise or not, just assumes you found a drunken underage drinker. She asks questions like, is this your brother? Is this, what have you got any grown-ups at home? And do I need to call social service? That kind of thing. She probably doesn't say social services, but she asks if you've got grown-ups at home and where is the grown-up and that kind of stuff.
I was just going back home to the farm and get home early, to get up early, and I found him on the way. I had to get him here quickly.
And she sees like your scout badges and stuff, and she's like, "Oh, what a good little lad, a good little guy."
I heard him mumble his name as Richard, so that's all I know really about him.
Okay.
I don't think he's from around here. I don't know why he's here. I'm confused.
And she pats you. You look too old to give one of the hospital triage bears to.
Yeah.
She takes Richard, she sits him on a chair, and she's not nearly as kind of, oh, what a nice young man this is. She's like, come on, lad, let's see what we can sort you out. Have you been drinking? And she's doing that kind of stuff, and she's like, all right, well, if you give us your number, we'll call you in the morning to let him know he's fine. Do you give her a number, or do you just kind of give her the church number or something?
0800 1066.
I'll start writing my actual number down and then
change one digit.
Realize that I probably shouldn't do this and change one digit at the last second.
At the last second, it's a 7 instead of whatever it should be.
Yeah, and then hand that over.
And she thanks you very much again. And she says, right, it's quite late though. Whatever you were doing, you need to get home.
Yeah, I need to get to sleep.
Yeah.
And then
and she seems satisfied with this because there's probably somebody like having a bit of a tantrum in the corner, and 5 people are talking about how they've just...
Why do they see me? Why do they see him first? Over me?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And you're just a quiet, polite lad who's brought in a drunken teenager. So she's happy enough to sort of believe what you've said, and also that you look old enough to maybe get yourself home fine if a little bit late. Who's she to judge? So she takes Richard off into the hospital. You are left to get away, and Preston and Christian, you sneak back into the church for your sleepover.
Straight to the pizza.
Pizza is there, yeah. Also a couple of sleeping bags, and because the church is probably not heated, and a stack of comics, and the first 5 are like Jesus Christ Our Saviour comics, and then the bottom 5 are like, I don't know, Marvel 616,
Aquaman Our Saviour.
yeah, Aquaman, and that kind of stuff.
There's probably some loop themed hero as well, I bet, in this
I
universe.
bet there is, yeah, like I don't know what he'd be called, like
Mr. Infinity.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah, Mr. Infinity, yeah, propaganda. Mobius, yeah.
I
Mobius sounds like
wanna...
a bad guy. Mr. Infinity fights Mobius.
Yeah.
I think I definitely want to poke at this suit when we get it back. There's no way I'd just sit it in a corner and not look at it.
Yeah.
Staring at it.
As it's 10:20, I think
do that.
Preston can poke...
In game and in real life.
Yeah, we sync that nicely. Time is
that's just how I spend the rest of my night. Like, Christian goes and reads comics, and I'm just poking at random buttons.
It and stabbing it and plugging it into the Atari thing and that kind of stuff. All right. So we'll end there as everybody, like, Butch gets home. Grandad Frank kind of is like, I told them you went on some errands for me.
Thanks, Grandad.
Yeah. I don't want to know what you're up to. And he just shuffles off to his bed, kind of thing.
Very much a boys will be boys guy.
Yeah, very much. So we have the XP kind of questions to go over. So everybody gets 1 for taking part.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
But what happens with our luck? Do I get my luck back?
At the start of the next session, all your luck will come back. Yeah, all
Okay,
your luck will come back again. Now, have you been in trouble because of your problem or relationship? So have you gotten in trouble because of like, or have things not gone your way because of those?
No.
I feel like I really tried to get in trouble because of my sort of my truth is out there, need to know what's going on, but trouble never quite occurred.
Trouble never quite occurred for Christian.
Even despite the duck.
He tried to use the duck. Yeah.
So there.
So
I don't think entering the family business came up for me.
No.
What problems did we get into, really?
Well, Martin Butch got caught sneaking.
Yeah, so we were trying to sneak into the camp. We were also trying to work out what we were going to do with the kids.
Yeah.
We were trying to sneak up close to the camp. We were trying to convince you could have got in trouble with Reverend Joyless if you'd have, instead of asking him, you could have got in trouble with your mum for saying I want to sleep over and that kind of stuff. So that kind of stuff.
I don't think the problem happened.
No.
Not for me anyway.
Did we sort of struggle with our pride at all today?
I went with my pride all the way.
Yeah. The full question is, did we use or struggle with our pride? So I think, Christian, this was definitely the truth is out there, let's investigate all the stuff kind of thing.
I mean, I had a moment of where we stay at camp or we follow the...
There was the dilemma of Varazand, wasn't there?
Yeah, that I phrased in that one.
Definitely the problem, the fact that you wouldn't not want to look at the technology.
Yeah.
I had to go and see the technology.
Yeah, I had to kind of summon up what would the hero in me do, and that's chase down the enemy and help the... So...
Yeah, okay, so...
Help the Hattersons.
Definitely Varazand and Christian scored on that one.
Which one's this for? The pride?
Did you use or struggle with your pride?
What is your pride?
My pride is I get this done, so it's just like.
Well, you fixed the tractor. You were like,
did.
I'm gonna get
You
it
got
done.
this done.
I mean, definitely. I spent a success
Yeah.
fixing the tractor.
And you took the guy to A&E. You could have just left him in a field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think I did a lot of. I did the right thing in a lot of situations, which would have possibly been. I mean, it wouldn't have been a good thing to do to leave to do the other stuff, but yeah, definitely. I think I got it.
Did you put yourself at risk for the other kids?
Uh,
I think Christian put himself at risk for the.
yeah.
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 And Butch did when he was sneaking up, trying to
Yeah.
listen to people. 100%. I'm not sure I put myself at any risk at all.
No, but fiddling with this thing next week, you might be.
Yeah.
And did you learn something new?
100%.
Yeah, oh, 100% yes.
Yeah,
Lots of new
this whole
things.
alien mind worm witch covenant.
It's brilliant. Alien mindworm witch coven.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, we learned something new. So what is that? That's how many did we get for Martin? How many did you get? We got.
I think I've got it as 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 for that. How many did you get?
Participation,
Expert?
problem, pride, and learning something.
Yes.
I think it's 4-4-3. I think
Yeah.
Butch and Christine got 4 and I got 3 because I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on 6 now.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got 4, then 4, so I'm on 8.
So you're at 8.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm too short.
I got 4 then.
yeah. So 5 points you can increase a skill, and then the rest carry over. If you
5
want.
XP.
5 XP you can increase a skill. And
I might put 1 point in sneak.
it doesn't have to be your class skill, but there's caps on them.
Is there an upper limit to skills?
Yes, it's 5.
Oh. But what if I'm on 6 already for some of them?
What are you on 6
You
with?
can't be.
As in combined, it'll be 5 plus 5, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so your attribute and your skill are different things.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so
But
you
we
can
add an
start.
attribute to the skills that we chose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my body's 5, and my force is 2. So
So that would be 7.
That'd be
But-
7.
But it's self 5 too.
Yes.
Right.
So you couldn't take your body any higher because you can't increase attributes, but you
No.
could increase the what did you say? Move?
Force, yeah.
Force. You could increase force to 3, which would mean you'd have 8.
I see.
Good.
I see.
I'm gonna take.
I'm going to decide between games.
You got to think about it. Cool.
I
Yeah.
think.
I'm probably either going to put investigate or charm because I felt like I did those the most this session.
Yeah. I'm taking 1 sneak just so I'm not as useless.
So you know, is the sneak just not bringing the bin lid out?
Maybe.
Just leave the lightsaber at home.
Yeah. I've left that in a field. Oh my gosh! Yeah, I've just realised.
You just lost your lightsaber.
Yep.
Rich has disappeared. The invisibility suit's disappeared, and somewhere next to the Hippy Camp, there's my lightsaber.
You've got a new toy though. I feel like all those things will just fade into comparison compared
It's
to
not.
this.
It's not for me. It's when Jodie and Meg look what's happening, and they're like, "Whose lightsaber's this?"
Whose lightsaber is this?
It's got property of Preston on it.
Damn
It's
you
like-
kids! At least they might mistake that for the city rather than the kid.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So is everybody free next week
Yep, I
to
am
play
I
more
believe so.
Tales from the Loop? Excellent.
Yes.
indeed. 100%.
If that's the case, I think it's time to go to bed. Thanks very much for joining us, folks.
Yeah.
And thanks to, like Brett has done some research. Lost Ark was 1981 and Temple of Doom was 84. So we've definitely seen Indiana Jones throw dirt over stuff. Thanks, Brett. Thanks, Brett.
Right.
Thanks, Brett. Thanks, Violet, and other people who came to
Yeah.
chat.
Thank you
Yeah.
everyone for watching.
It's been awesome. Have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next
Bye.